Yo, great Sunday to you all. Great Sunday evening. It's been a great day. It's been one of those days where you just make it your day. You know what I'm saying? Just finished the numbers. Put in 1,124 reps in like 30 minutes. Like 30, 40 minutes. Got him done late, but got him done. Ate early today, broke the fast early. I think I broke the fast with like 2 big ass sandwiches. Like around 3 or 4-ish. 1 second. Three or 4-ish. Abs are coming in nicely. What? I don't know if they'll be there not by the 90th day. You know, usually takes like 90 days for other people to see your progress. For you, maybe like 30 days, right? But still walking around at like 148. Seem to be holding solid at this weight. $146 after fasting. But it is a great day. It is a great day. This 13th day of February. I'm looking for what Proverbs 12 had to say about today. Or Proverbs 13. And it was like a wise son heeds the instructions of his father, but a stupid person does not listen to rebuke or correction. And a man shall eat well by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the unfaithful shall feed on violence. Boom. Some wisdom to end your day or start your day for anybody or anyone that watches this. Check it, I heard something today, you know, it was like a relationship is like a work of art. And I was like, damn, you know what? That is true, man. It's like a project. A relationship is something that is built over time by 2 parties that commit themselves to find value in working with one another for a greater goal, a family, and a potential legacy. Not everyone will recognize the value of this great work, because not many people value themselves enough to work and build on something of value. And, you know, and so many lack the commitment to persevere through the challenges and hardships that relationships will bring into their lives. And that is a mother-loving fact. You know, we live in this immediate gratification society, you know, with so many options that a lot of people don't even know what to commit to. They have so many different outlets through which to express themselves, through which to get validation, entertainment, you know, which garner their attention and their energy and focus, that it's easy to become something, and also at the same time it's easy to get lost in everything and become nothing. That's the age that we're living in, man. We're living in the age of opportunity, but also, you know, distractions. There are many, many distractions today, a lot more than there were, you know, in the olden days. But with all the distractions, with all the problems, also come opportunities. Many opportunities to build great relationships. You know, social media has opened up Pandora's box to both male and female to have a abundance of selection, right, of beautiful people, of people of value, of status, of power, of esteem. And it has kind of closed off the doors for individuals that, you know, do not have the monetary, the spiritual, the intellectual, the emotional, or the physical value yet manifested within themselves to be of value and worth to society. And, you know, in this regard, those doors have been mainly closed to the majority of men. Now, you know, we can say, like, you know, we can look at the bad side. You know, there's a lot of males are going to be virgins for a very long time. You know, I've been hearing a lot about how few studies or, you know, statistics have come out where like 28 to 30% of men, you know, 15 through 30 are virgins, right? Compared to women back in the, you know, in the 50s and early 60s, where it was the majority of women that were male and most men were having sex. Today, most women, you know, have monopolized the marketplace on sex because they have, you know, mediums through which to be validated without offering much of anything, and also a plethora of selection from, you know, higher status men. Right now, a lot of these women, you know, they're gonna fuck themselves out of valuable relationships. You know, the society will like to tell women, and women will also like to tell women that, you know, the amount of sexual partners that you have does not matter. But according to science, biology, spirituality, and just, you know, your genetics, it does fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? It matters. The amount of sexual partners that a woman has does fucking matter. And according to, you know, scientific data and studies that have been published, and y'all can look it up. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I was actually reading one the day before yesterday. The amount of sexual partner that a woman has determines the longevity of the relationships. You know, if she has only one, meaning the one that she marries, the, you know, the potential of the relationship lasting the full term, you know, of the life of those individuals is a lot higher and more likely than if a woman has more than one sexual partner. If she has more than one sexual partner, the possibility of the marriage ending prematurely rises by, like, you know, 10 or 15%. If she has more than 10 sexual partners, forget about it. So it does freaking matter, man, because at the end of the day, y'all are emotional beings. Y'all are the physical manifestation of the feminine. You know what I'm saying? Of the creative aspect, of the imaginary aspect, also of the illogical, emotional, and irrational aspect of nature. And women are basically, it sounds fucked up to say it, but y'all empty inside. That's why your mind is always going crazy, because you have a womb, you have a vessel that is supposed to hold something for a predetermined term, and then produce something out of it. You know, you create life in your womb. Now, if you're not creating life in your womb and you're just allowing yourself to have multiple sexual partners, what you're creating is a womb full of sexual traumas. Like, you're just gonna be functioning as a dumping bag for the insecurities, traumas, and, you know, wicked imaginations of men and whatever it is that they think about as they are, you know, performing the sexual act with you and dumping themselves into you. You know what I'm saying? The less masculine and the less, you know, virtuous that man is, the greater the possibility that you're going to be filled with many emotional traumas and insecurities and just narcissistic, energies that do not contribute to a good spiritual, emotional, and mental development for yourself, and which will in the long term, produce a lot of stresses, anxieties, and depressions within you, and you won't even know why. And it's because you got all this jacked up juice flowing up inside of you from all the males, all the less than men, that you have allowed yourself to be with. And this is why, as a man, when you're seeking out women to take seriously and to build long-term relationship with, the lower the body count on that woman, the better. And if she has no body count, even best. At the end of the day, men don't give a fuck. Like real men, like a real man that has worked on himself, body, mind, soul, emotion, and financially, you know what I'm saying? That has done the due diligence. He doesn't really care about a woman's sexual experience, because at the end of the day, if he's had the necessary sexual experiences with women, whether it be with one or a multiplicity of one, if he has done it in a very conscious manner, you know what I'm saying, in a very loving and spiritual manner, whether he beats it up or makes love to it in a ravishing, and savage manner, but at the same time very loving and affectionate, he's gonna learn what he needs to learn, and he's gonna be able to teach any woman, you know what I'm saying, regardless of age. If she lacks the experience, he's going to have the patience to teach that woman what it is that she needs to know to please him. Men don't really care about a woman's sexual experience. Women care about a man's sexual experience. That's why even if they date a virgin man, they won't last long with that man, because that individual is lacking certain masculine qualities necessary to be able to entertain the feminine energy of that women, of these women, which will more than likely have an overinflated ego and an overabundance of masculine energy. So, social media has, it has really done, our society both a service and a disservice, right? As it relates to the sexual marketplace and dating and relationships, it has done it a really big disservice, to the extent that it has facilitated the overinflation of the female ego, and has destroyed the willpower of women, because a lot of these young ladies, you know what I'm saying, their beauty gets the best of them. You know what I'm saying? Vanity and their hubris fools them into believing that, you know what I'm saying, this is going to last forever. And it's very easy to believe that, you're going to have something forever when you're born with it. You know what I'm saying? Women start hitting their sexual, men start paying attention to women, and women start, becoming sexually appealing to the opposite sex by 15, right? As soon as they start hitting puberty, but they don't hit their sexual prime till they're like 18, 23, 24, 25, right? 23, as I was watching yesterday, one of these guys talking about it, women hit their sexual peak at 23, right? 23, 25, that's when a woman is like, you know what I'm saying? Like a woman, like a full woman. 18, she still looks like a kind of like a very, like a flower, bro, she still looks a little childish, unless she's a very, voluptuous woman. But around 20, 22, 23, 25, listen, right? That's when the full everything is like developed. But as I was learning yesterday, right, women hit this mental wall, not physical, because well into their 30s, 35s, they may still look very attractive, very appealing, but to them internally, they know that my beauty is now fleeting. I am no longer as attractive, and I am no longer able and capable of pulling and maintaining the kind of men that I was able to pull and maintain when I was 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Now at 31, 32, 35, 36. Hey, the gifts that Mother Nature gives, Father Time takes away. You know what I'm saying? Women have this habit of saying, oh, women are like wine. No, baby girl. Women are like milk. They stay out for too long and they spoil. And it spoils. Nobody likes spoiled milk. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes spoiled milk. Men, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? Gentlemen, social media has kind of like jacked you over. If you don't have any value to offer society, it's going to be a very miserable life for you. It's going to be a very stressful and anxious and depressing life because, naturally, as the masculine, as the physical manifestation of the masculine, of the passive, of the logical, reasonable, you know what I'm saying, aspect of society, the aggressive, you know what I'm saying, the discipline, the warrior, the warring aspect of nature, you're very direct, right? So if things, and you're very sexual, right? You have, as men, we have been entrusted with the entirety of the universe, right? Like we carry the universe within our testicles. Like our testicles hold the capacity to repopulate the entire earth. If something happened and every man on earth but one was eradicated and that man still had the reproductive capacity and he was the only man, he would be able to repopulate the entirety of the planet in 1 year. You get what I'm saying? He would be capable of repopulating the entirety of the planet. If all women were fertile, you know what I'm saying? Capable of carrying children to term, and this one dude is all that's left, his testicles have become like, you know what I'm saying? Like the fountain of, like the tree of life. So, as men, we have to work on ourselves. It's always been like that, you know what I'm saying? The only way that back in nature, back in the Stone Age, the only way that we were going to pass on, our genetics was if we were capable of protecting and providing for, for our fellow woman. She was not going to look upon us or even look in our direction if we lacked the physical attributes that to her biological construct, reflected safety. You know what I'm saying? Security, food, survival. If she looked at us and she ain't see all that, we wasn't getting that booty. You get what I'm saying? That's just the truth, right? Women hold access to sex, men hold access to security, to protection. Granted, now we live in this, in this modernized societies, in these big metropolitan cities where we have police and fire departments and, systems of structure set in place to maintain order. But if anarchy ensued because technology reached this limit, you know what I'm saying? Some electrical magnetic pulse or some crazy shit just shut everything down, all hell would ensue. And so only those men whom have these core values and principles that drive them to protect, you know what I'm saying, and provide, they would become, the value is unmeasurable because we have a plethora, we have an overabundance of less than men, of insecure male, angry male energy in our society, because a lot of these men aren't they're not receiving the sexual pleasure that is required for them to develop properly. And then also they don't understand how to like give themselves that sexual pleasure, that kind of love, that kind of personal love, that kind of intimacy that you can mostly get from women, right? Which allow us to truly further know ourselves when we have the potential to be with women. Now, if you don't have a woman, but you have technology, you have all these distractions, then all you're gonna have is the access to further destroy your psychology, your mindset, right? Through the pornography, you know what I'm saying? Through the entertainment, through the social media models and OnlyFans, and you know what I'm saying? All this distraction that we have at our disposal, which cause us to become wasteful as men. You know what I'm saying? To just blow our load and spread our seed on a paper towel, and at the end of that, feel depressed, worthless, insecure, weak, undisciplined. You know what I'm saying? Like all negative consequences of us not using our sexual energy in a positive way to better ourselves, to work on our body, mind, soul, on our emotions, on our visions for the future. You know what I'm saying? On being creative, on being productive, on being consistently committed to becoming better. Because at the end of the day, even though women have their sexual prime in the marketplace, between the ages of 18 through 28 and possibly into their early 30s, we men, we naturally don't start hitting our prime in the marketplace until we're like in our 30s, 30 through 40, right? That's when we start becoming a little bit more financially conscious, right? Because a woman ain't really gonna mess with you if you can't provide. If you can protect, you might have a chance, right? But eventually, if you can't also provide in these societies, or even in nature, if you couldn't go out and hunt and kill and bring something to eat, or go out and find some roots to dig out to bring some food to the table, to the family that she's taking care in the home, you know what I'm saying? She's organizing things, then you wouldn't serve a purpose. You would be useless. So as men, we gotta learn how to practice personal development and growing into something that we feel proud of being around, that we feel fulfilled with, content with being, so that we can have a semblance of joy and happiness in our lives, which we can share with the women that we invite and that we attract into our lives. Because we also ain't supposed to be out here just searching for booty. We're not. You know what I'm saying? We're like a magnet. Now, if we have no magnetism because we've been blowing our load all over the place, not using our creative energy, you know what I'm saying? Not using our willpower to our benefit. We haven't been making our will our most, humble servant. Then, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to have the willpower to create the magnetism that attracts the women that we actually want in our life. Not just ones that we just want to, bend over and, you know what I'm saying, do whatever it needs to get done. But like women that we actually want to build with. You know what I'm saying? That we actually see ourselves planting our seed in and, being there for her and loving and cherishing and, you know what I'm saying, encouraging and promoting and uplifting and, just inspiring and influencing and informing and inviting with a loving and trusting and respectful attitude that we can actually trust and give our heart, body, mind, and soul to, because we actually have attracted something that is trustworthy, rather than all this depravity of females that we have in our society today, that think that just because they're young and beautiful, they deserve the world. Young and beautiful, but with the ugliest personality. Because they have no morals or ethics. Because they lack the, you know what I'm saying, the proper, you know, paternal or maternal, you know, figures that would help them grow into valuable citizens in a society, rather than individuals that think that they deserve anything just because they have a vagina. This is the problem in our world today. You know, none of both of the sexes, the majority aren't playing their roles. Right? We're wasting time thinking that we have all the time in the world. In this physical vessel that we have been fortunate and blessed with having, these things have they have a time clock. It's ticking. You know what I'm saying? It is ticking. We have been giving 70 to 80 years each. Now we can increase that time based on the lifestyle that we live, or because of the lifestyle that we didn't design, but which we defaulted into because of the programming of society, of culture, of tradition, you know what I'm saying, of religions, of corporate, influences, causes us to live to 25, 35, 40, you know what I'm saying, maybe 50. Because all these diseases, disorders, cancers and maladies that we see, destroying our grandparents, our mothers, our fathers, our children, our friends, our society, they're all, they're all, products of undisciplined, defaulted habits that we just fall into. Eating the same nasty things because other people are eating it, or because we saw a Domino's commercial. Have it your way. You know what I'm saying? Yo quiero Taco Bell. So you hear it and you go, oh, that's what I'm going to eat tonight. Because you don't have no discipline. You don't value your body. I'm not saying don't enjoy a slice here and there, a taco here and there. Saying be disciplined. You shouldn't be doing those things every day. Your body requires actual nutrients if you do plan on living a good lifestyle with as minimal diseases, disorders, cancers, and heart and health related hardships that you could avoid if you simply did the physical exercise, the proper nutrition necessary to keep this body, in proper fun, along with the proper mental attitudes and thoughts. Because the health of our body is as much a result of the food that we eat and the actions that we take as it is the thoughts that we think. Because our thoughts can make us anxious, stressed, depressed. You know what I'm saying? And those things can induce us to go out and seek out unhealthy foods and creates unhealthy habits, unhealthy conducts, which contribute to an unhealthy lifestyle, which contributes to a potentially early death, filled with diseases, disorders, cancers, maladies that could have easily been avoided had you taken the right proper actions, the correct course of actions throughout your life, by the right use of your will, and by listening to that aspect of yourself that is always directing you on the right path. Like, right, you got an angel on one side and a devil on the other. but it is our individual choice, because unlike any other animal in nature, we humans are the only one that have been gifted the dignity of choice to choose to make of our life what we so please. We can attempt to blame exterior circumstances. You know, sociology will tell you that, you know, you are a product of your society. Yeah, that is true. But at the same time, you are also a byproduct of the decisions that you make. You don't have to make the same decisions that you see everybody else making. You are not a robot. You know, you may be induced by the mechanisms of society to, for a predetermined time, function as a robot based on your intellectual development, based on your spiritual intelligence and understanding, based on your emotion, awareness. But you are not a robot. You know what I'm saying? You are a conscious. You are consciousness having a human experience. And once you realize that, then you're like, oh, okay, so I don't have to do other shit. All right, we got somebody trying to. 07. But it's up to each and every one of us.
What's up, bro?
What it do, man? What it do? How's it going,
Just
man?
here, just here. About to roll up a piff. Gonna get a spliff going here. Or a blunt, I guess.
Okay, about this
You put those down, eh? You put the blunts down?
Yeah, you light one up for me.
Crazy.
Smoked in over a year now.
That's good.
What I do though is make oil.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to consume it anyways. So concentrated, right?
Yeah, so I've been making oil for like about a year or two, and I always had it there. And I would use it for like medicinal shit and just people that want to use it.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
like, you know what? I'll put like oil in my tea like every other day. I don't do it every day so that I'm not always
Yeah, then you don't build a tolerance and get
like
addicted to it and stuff.
every other day, and I put enough just to like function. Because when I first started using it, I would get so fucking high.
Yeah, trust me. I know those ones. I made some nice oil last year with my home growing. It turned out nice.
Yeah, I made it with coconut oil.
Oh, that's the best way. That's the best way.
Yeah, I make it with coconut oil. I want to make some. I want to make it with a bucket of butter. I want to make a bucket of butter.
Yeah. In high school, I did it with vegetable oil, but fucking, it's not really the best way.
Get rid of
I
that
was making
vegetable oil.
brownies and shit, all that.
Nah, get rid of that vegetable oil. Use avocado oil or coconut oil. That vegetable oil, that's just poison.
Yeah, seriously, that corn GMO bullshit, for real.
Yeah. I got my mother on avocado oil like 3 years ago. It's
That's good.
definitely what you wanna get as it relates to health, everything you wanna get some avocado oil, sunflower seed oil, but to make like weed and stuff like that, coconut oil.
For sure. It binds the best with it, too, the fats in it and shit, right?
I had the oil that I got over there in my fridge for almost a year, and it's good.
Still good.
The only thing is like like the reason I don't like getting the high off of the weed or anything is like it just fucks the discipline up, bro.
Yeah, I hear you.
It fucks with my discipline. That's why I stopped smoking weed, man. I stopped smoking weed because it fucked with my discipline too much. And
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree completely, bro. It's definitely something that holds me back for sure. I feel like I could do way better in life if I wasn't smoking weed. Not that I'm doing horrible or anything, but like definitely it could improve my life if I quit it. Fuck. I know what you're saying with
that's
that.
that was exactly my thought. Like, I wouldn't get stuck in the mindset of like, oh, I'm not, oh, it's holding me back, it's holding me back. But I understood that it was, but at the same time, it didn't stop me from like, okay,
Yeah, but like how
gotta
much
fight.
more could I get done if I wasn't smoking the type thing, right?
Because when I was fighting, before when I was able to run a lot, I would smoke 2, 3 blunts, and I smoked tobacco. I didn't smoke a joint, and I'd go run 5 miles, 10 miles, and my people would be like, "Yo, what the fuck are you like?" I'd be smoking, and as soon as the blunt was over, I'm like, "I'm gonna see you in a bit." They're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like,
Got
"I gotta
shit to
go
do,
run."
man. Got shit to do. Can't just be hanging around.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure,
oh, drop me off.
sure.
Like, no, you just finished smoking. I'm like, yeah, but I gotta train again tonight. I gotta fight in another week, so I gotta train all day this week at night.
Big
Like,
respect. Big respect.
like, yeah, you gotta be able to like, if you're gonna be smoking, you gotta be able to force yourself to do the things that you know need to get done. Which if you weren't smoking, it wouldn't be
Or maybe
possible.
do the thing and then smoke if you can't, right? Exactly.
Yeah. Or smoke a fucking blunt and go do the thing.
Yeah, no,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, seriously.
I gotta read, but I haven't read today. I'm gonna smoke this blunt as I read, or I'm gonna smoke the blunt and I'm not gonna take my phone. I'm gonna take the book and I'm
That's
gonna read.
probably the biggest thing I've been lacking on lately is reading. I need to read a bit more. I have all the books and shit, you know. I love reading. I need to do that for sure.
Now it's easy to procrastinate, man. It's easy. It's easy.
Crush a couple
I,
pages, few pages.
I go for 10. Whenever I pick up a book, I go for 10 pages minimum.
Good. Well,
And I have this habit this practice that I started doing last year. Last December, it was like I read a chapter of the book of Proverbs, King Solomon, in the Bible, and
yep.
I'll read a chapter each day, right? So that's okay. That's only one. That's like one page, right? But I get that done. Like that's something that I remain consistent with for about the
It's the
past.
consistency, right? For sure.
It's about consistency, right? It doesn't matter how big or how. It's like if you're building a cathedral. You know what I'm saying? If you're building a cathedral, it's better if you're able to lay one or 5 bricks down every day than just you lay down 30 bricks a day, but then you go 30
Then you go
fucking days
loafed on it and do some other shit and slack.
breakdown. But if you lay down 1 bricks a day, at the end of the year you'll have 365, right? So you read 5 or 10 pages a day in a year. That's over 3,000, 4,000 pages. That's at least 2 or 3 or maybe 5 books or even more.
Yeah.
So it's just consistency. It's like that's all it is. Be consistent with the little things, which you can get done now. Because like I didn't stop smoke. I smoked for 15 fucking years, right?
Yeah.
And the last 3 years, I just took it really fucking personal. I would just get mad. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna smoke tomorrow. Fucking 9 o'clock hit, and I'm over here rolling a blunt. I'm like,
Just going crazy.
in the back of my mind, I'm like, I wasn't gonna smoke today. I'm not gonna smoke today, and I'm over here smoking a blunt.
And you get mad at yourself and shit. Trust me, I know those ones, bro.
You think you're going?
Can't eat and shit, and it's like, fuck, I just need to smoke a spliff, eat my food, fucking.
I had a bad episode last year before I stopped. No, 2020, September 2020, I had a bad episode. It was like the third day in a row that I had told myself I'm not smoking.
Yeah. The 3 days are the worst, eh? The 3 day hump, and then it's better right after the 3 days.
I was still smoking, but I had told myself 3 days, like 2 days back to back, I'm not smoking, but I catch myself rolling a blunt at 10, 11 at night. And this was the third day. And I roll a blunt, and it's raining outside. And I end up smoking outside as it's raining. and some like a crackhead like walks past me in the street, and they're like, next time I see you, I'm gonna kill you. Listen, paranoia hit me back, and I thought he was talking to me.
Oh.
Yo, I was like, that's a sign from the universe. I need to stop this shit.
Don't fucking kill me, fam. This guy's seen a sign.
I didn't smoke for almost. I didn't smoke. I went a whole month only smoking once a week, and you know, then the new year hit, new apartment, but you know, thank God, yeah, man, it does open up it opens up a lot of opportunity for free thinking, for creativity, for discipline, for clarity.
Yeah, for sure. I've been following you for quite some time, fam. The discipline, bro. It's inspiring, really. To be honest, it's sick.
Smoke, I'll smoke, but it's like for me because like you know I see it like you know I don't know if you've ever messed with magic mushrooms, but all these plants
Fuck
teach
yeah,
you.
buddy.
All these plants are teaching. Weed is a teacher. Weed is a psychedelic. A lot of people don't understand it, but weed is a psychedelic. Weed is the gateway psychedelic. In the U.S., they call it a gateway drug, not as a gateway psychedelic. It's just that we start using it too early in our lives, right? But weed, marijuana, cannabis is a gateway psychedelic. It is a reaffirmatory substance, right? It
Yeah.
reaffirms a lot of things. So, like, if you go a long time without smoking weed and you smoke a blunt one day, it's going to reaffirm a lot of things, and it's going to allow you to also reflect, right? So it's both reaffirmatory and reflective. It allows you to reaffirm things and also to reflect on a lot of things that you are doing, whether you're doing them wrong or right, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people get paranoid when you smoke weed is because you're getting paranoid because you're feeling uncomfortable about something that it is internal that you haven't yet resolved. And then it often gives you confidence to do other things because it's like, yeah, motherfucker, you were
Gotta get
fucking
this shit done. Thinking about it, and now it's time to fucking put it into action.
yeah. So me personally, I'll smoke um like this year. I wanna see if I can do a fight or two this year again, right? I haven't fought in like 2 years, so the only way that I smoke is the day of my fight, right? Because it allows me to reflect upon my actions, on my training, and it also allows me to reaffirm, like meditate really well. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll use it, you know, I'll use it for spiritual purposes. But you know, God willing, you know, the discipline is well established, and it won't ever be a problem again, you know, in my life.
For
If
sure,
I
for
decide
sure.
to start smoking, I can do it right and then stop. But for now, we're just gonna stay clean
That's
from
sick,
the from.
bro. That's sick. I heard it. Yeah, when I seen that post, I was like, "Holy smokes! A year without the blunts, eh?
And
Crazy."
I used to smoke tobacco, so
Here I am smoking like 5 of them a day, for fuck's sake.
hey, you ain't the only one. Man. How old are you?
20.
Oh, you're 20. You're young, bro. Like, yeah. I mean, when I was 20, I was in the military, so I couldn't be smoking. I was smoking a lot of tobacco. I was smoking like a half a pack of cigarettes a day,
Holy fuck.
and I was dipping. I was putting the tobacco under my lip and shit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If I would have stayed in the Marine Corps, I probably would have had throat fucking cancer right now or mouth cancer by now. But
Yeah, that shit's crazy. I never got into that. A lot of the country kids would do that here, but fucking, I never dipped or anything like that. They'd
I
be in
started dipping.
school and like spitting it in their water bottles and shit in class. Yeah. Oh, you're chewing it now, eh? Or you're just
Huh?
sucking? You're actually chewing it or no?
No.
Oh.
Like, yo, I did it for almost 5 years. Like, I almost ate away at all my gums.
Wow.
Yeah, because you know, like when I started going when I got into the military, that's what I started doing. I started dipping a lot. So since you can't smoke everywhere you go, but you can dip everywhere you go,
Right. Yeah.
you
You just do it
walk in
all the time, every day, all day.
the military. You're not allowed. If you get caught walking and smoking, you're gonna get a fucking handful by somebody. But
Yeah.
you can walk.
Facts.
You can dip and walk everywhere you go. But you
The
can't smoke.
loopholes, there's loopholes to the game, right?
You know, every in the military, you're dipping.
Yeah.
Tobacco and alcohol is like the main thing in the military. But my thing was always smoking. I
Yeah.
wasn't smoking. I was smoking tobacco.
Yeah, for sure. I was slowing down like a week ago. I was smoking like one blunt a day at the end of the day and shit, and then back to it now. But you know, it was nice. It was good. Who's that? Bree Ball? Brianna Ball in the cut. Bree Ball, the baller.
You gotta balance out to like to be able to like get rid of bad habits, man. What I've learned is like you gotta focus on yourself heavily. You
Yeah,
gotta
like
really
occupy yourself with other productive things.
yeah, but with not with things that feel
Is that what
like
you mean?
dread. You know what I'm saying? But things that you know that are necessary for you, right? Like
To prosper.
we are an intellectual being, right? So like but we also have an animal body, right? Like, our lower body is all earthly, right? It's all instinctual. So it needs to be in good health. It needs to be in good fucking working condition. Like, so physical fitness is fucking key.
Yeah.
Physical fitness and how you eat is fucking key. You know, and it'll help you with how you feel. But then also comes the godly body, right? The mind, the intellect. And that's why like writing and reading are also key. Even if you don't fucking like to write or read, you have to fucking do it as if you want to cultivate yourself into something that is worth, that means something to yourself, that
For
gives you
sure.
actually, that you're not going to be happy all the fucking time, but you feel a sense of fulfillment as a man, right? You feel a sense of fulfillment and like your life has purpose and meaning because you're doing things on purpose for a purpose. You may not like them in the moment, but you have a purpose for them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've adopted this lifestyle, right? This year where I want to be doing like mad reps, push-ups, pull-ups every day. Even if I'm not in the gym, I want to get my numbers done. Because at 60, I want to be able to do this shit. At 70, I want to be able to do this shit. I'll
Yeah,
do
no,
all that.
because if you keep doing it every day, how long can you keep doing it for? Probably pretty long, right? It's all about the consistency, right? Like you were saying before.
And you gotta have a vision, right? Like, just if we get lost in what's going on today with all this fucking, covert, like this whole scheme to distract and manipulate people, you're not gonna see your future. You're not really gonna be able to visualize
And
and
that's the
project
plan
your
of it all, right? And that's the plan of it all, to dumb everyone down. Oh.
because because if even if you're not in fear, but if you're angry at what the fuck is going on, you're not gonna think, what can I do?
Yeah,
Even if you can't change the fucking world, you can change yourself, you can change your inner world, and you can still do so. Even if you gotta fucking go live in a mountain for a few fucking years, right? You can still change what happens in your life. So that's the
right.
thing, like, but if you think like you don't have a fucking choice, you know what I'm saying? If you actually walk around through life thinking like you don't have a fucking choice, then you're gonna fucking think you don't have a choice, and that's the life you're gonna live, and it's gonna be a very
Yeah, it's by Henry Ford, the quote, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're probably right.
yeah.
The
So
founder of Ford and shit there, right? So I thought that one was pretty good. That always resonated with me.
Henry Ford was, and he was one of those, he was one of those, rich individuals that he came from nothing, but he was one that understood. He was one that understood, this whole, Masonic, Illuminati, triangular construct that is seeking to impoverish the masses and enrich themselves by denourishing and impoverishing the masses from believing. Like, it's all about belief. It's what you believe. Like, in life, what you believe. You know what I'm saying? What you believe is as a man, uh, I forgot his name, but as a man thinketh, and in the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. In Proverbs, it's written in there, as we think, so we are, because as we think, so we feel, and as we feel, so we act. Right?
Same idea,
Man,
exactly.
body, mind, and soul. You know what I'm saying? Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Where thought, emotion, and word. So You got, it's like you got to be able to
The
think
power of the
outside of the.
subconscious mind, man.
That's another. I've got like that too. The power of your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So it's all there. That's why, like, a lot of the time I wake up with the sun, but I don't always, want to get out of bed. But one thing that I've started practicing is visualizing, like visualizing before I get out of bed. You know what I'm saying? So that
And it happens. Yeah, man, for sure.
even if you don't get off at the time that you want to, even if you go back to sleep, visualizing what you want and taking some kind of actions, journaling, you know what I'm saying, meditation, gratitude, and then going out and doing the things that you got to do. Like, read the books, write the journal, go out and talk to the people, meet the people, shake the hands, make the calls, watch the video, listen to the people that you need to listen to that
Yeah.
are where you want to be. And it'll make it more possible, but it's about consistency. It's about we understanding that I'm gonna have to do this shit for a long fucking time. But you know what? I'm gonna have fun with it. If
Yeah,
I
it's a
gotta
lot
listen to
harder to make a good habit than a
yeah,
bad one.
if I gotta listen to a podcast as I work out, let's fucking go. I'm gonna go run for fucking 5 miles while I'm listening to some motherfucker talk some fucking conscious
Get
shit
two
into
things
my
done
ear.
at once.
You gotta be able to, like, kill two birds with one stone sometimes.
Yeah, well, we all get the same 24 hours, right? Fuck. Get two birds stoned at once.
Get the turnovers.
So listen, man. Like I said, I would smoke and go train. I would smoke and I'd smoke and go spar. And my coach would see me getting fucked up in the ring, and he'd be like, "You're fucking high, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Eh." Because when you're high, you're a little bit more relaxed. You're like, yeah, you get hit. You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna get hit anyway. You know what I'm saying? You're like, but sometimes you gotta be like that. Sometimes you gotta be like that towards, even if you're high. Sometimes you gotta be like, you can't fucking control that. Right? Fucking high. So
Speedball.
listen, I smoking all the fucking. So it ain't no biggie for me anymore. Wait, you in Australia?
Canada, bro.
Oh, you're in Canada. Okay, good. I got
Fuck
some.
yeah, man. I think I'm gonna go to the Parliament in Ottawa again for like to stand up for all this bullshit with the truckers and shit, you know? It's
Oh, you're
crazy.
into
I don't know
politics.
if you've seen any of the coverage on it, but it's wild. Everyone's standing up, saying
Uh,
fuck the vaccine mandates and the QR code passports and the
I,
all
I,
that bullshit.
I was listening to Jordan Peterson yesterday. He had an interview with Pat Davis, Value Payment, and he was talking about that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that everyone's standing up now, you know?
I've been to like I went when there was like some Black Lives Matter rallies down here. I went out like just to burn some sage. I was like, let me go burn some sage with all this negativity, all these people. I can't breathe. No shit. You're wearing a fucking mask, dumbass. How you gonna breathe?
Fucking diaper on my face.
No
They think
justice.
there's
No.
some superhero too. Like
What's up?
they think there's some superhero too. There's like a Facebook thing you can put on top of your photo. Put it as your profile picture. Like, oh, I got vaccinated. Like, nice. Nobody
Oh, with
like.
bro, I wear it. I put this video. Let me get whatever. I be working so hard. Like sometimes I'm like I've gotten because we got to be smart with how we now we
You're
speak and
right. You
how
have to be careful now. It's fucked up, bro. It's actually crazy.
algorithms and shit. So you just got to be more Machiavellian, more more. You got to have that art of war. You got to be able to just in this matrix, man, in this society that is becoming. You just got to be more astute, right? We got to be more astute, and we cannot allow, what we can't control to make us feel as though there is no point, because there is a fucking point. Like, if there wasn't no fucking point, you know, consciousness, reality, God wouldn't be allowing us the opportunity to see all the lies, like, right? The news is spewing out lies, but that's only inducing us to go out and search for the truth, right? The medical establishments are contaminating everything and injecting poison into people's arm. So that's actually inducing us to go out and seek out healthier habits, because those are the corporations are doing the same. So like, all this wrong allows us to seek out what's truly right, right? So like, if there was no wrong, then we wouldn't know what right is. But you know, good is always winning and evil is always losing. It's just that we live today, because of technology, evil is able to project itself into the masses in such a way that the masses actually think that that evil is winning, but evil ain't winning.
No.
You know, even the children, little children are waking up. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone is starting to realize, man. I've been hugging my grandmother throughout the whole thing. There might have been a little week, I'm not gonna lie, where I was like, yo, like, what the fuck is this shit? You know, they had me tricked for a second, and I'm like, wait a second, this is chopped. Things aren't adding up. I don't know. No one has critical thinking anymore. They can't just ask a question. Like, they get told things and they just don't ask, you know, why or how. You know, they just whatever. They get told it and they think it's the real truth. They don't do their own investigating, and that's the sad part.
That's why we got to learn how to practice selectivity, right? We got to avoid useless, wasteful conversation with people, especially with individuals that seek to pity and simply to complain and to victimize themselves and blame others. Like, that's why it's important to, like, you know, if you're talking to somebody and if you spark a conversation or you hear somebody talking some negative shit in a defeated, like, that sounds like, oh, this person sounds like he's defeated. We gotta avoid that conversation, you know. And if that's us, then we gotta change that. We gotta change that self-talk into something like, you know, I don't give a fuck what's gonna happen.
It's all about what I can do and how I can live my life.
I can't control what the fuck is going on right now. I'm gonna just fucking meditate.
Yeah.
You know, and I meditate a lot. Like during the Black Lives Matter shit, like I said, I was burning sage, you know, Palo Santo, like, you know, spiritual stuff. I was meditating, right?
Right in between.
That's just my way, you know. Like I'll crack, you know, the crystals and all this shit, but I don't rely on it. I understand that, you know, they have their purpose, but I have to do something. Like, I can't just be like, ooh la la, and then go inside my box and not do nothing. That's why I make the videos, right? That's why I train the way that I train. That's why I write. I'm seeking to write books. I'm doing the things that I'm doing because I can't. Hopes don't fucking fix shit. They hopes give you hope, right? But you gotta go act on it. You gotta go move with faith. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You gotta believe. Fucking do it. Like, you gotta hope that one day you'll get out of this fucking prison or this or you know, out of poverty, but then the hopes gotta turn into like a visual something that like is pulling you, right? Hopes is in the future. Hope is always in the future. That's why we should never lose hope.
Yeah.
You know, but then we gotta move in the present. We gotta move with faith. We gotta move with love and shit. We gotta move with actual intention and fucking courage.
Fuck yeah, man. That's some real shit. Couldn't have said it better.
You know, that's why I like training and fighting gyms and shit. Because there's nothing more spiritual than like, I was listening to Andrew Tate today. He was like, yo, there's nothing more spiritual than war. You know what I'm saying? Because it is true.
Yeah, this book I gotta read actually here soon. I don't know. You probably have heard of it, The Art of War.
Yeah, I got The Art of War by Sun Tzu, and then I got another really.
Yeah, Sun Tzu. Yeah. I haven't read it yet, but I have it.
I have Sun Tzu's Art of War, and then I got this Art of War.
Okay. That's it.
And this one has got like all the Eastern philosophy, including the Art of War. So that's why it's called that, because it has The Art of War by Sun Tzu, and then it has all the other Eastern philosophers from China. in those areas. A really good one is the Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi.
My sister lives in China right now. It's crazy.
But yeah, man, like, ain't shit impossible, man. That's all. Like I said, I like making these things because like
Yeah.
I'll talk to people all over the world, and it's like that's really where it's at. Like that's the beauty of social media. That you can reach people,
Yeah, it's
basically,
crazy. It's so crazy. It's so easy to network now
right?
and connect.
As a man, like as a man, we're not respected by society, and we're not high esteem until we actually develop ourselves into something. Like if we don't provide any value, then to ourselves and to society, we're gonna appear as useless, right?
Yeah,
And even
worthless, useless. Yep, for
right,
sure.
so
Gotta bring
we're
something to the table.
we're like the disposable sex. If we're not able to protect, then feed him to the wolves. Like he's just a fucking mouth that isn't doing shit, right? So, and it's life, man. So I don't really take it personal. It's just like whatever you're meant to do in life, do it. Do it with passion, with purpose, and you'll attract the monetary means that you require. Whether it is a few thousand a year, a few 100,000, or a few millions, right? Or even
Whatever
billions.
you need.
And you'll also attract, like a magnet. That's what men are. We're magnets. We're supposed to migrate so
Whatever
high.
we think about, surround ourselves with, for sure. Big magnet. It just gets stronger and stronger.
Like a king, people come to your kingdom.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't go anywhere. So we as men, we have to become sovereign. We have to become masters of our will rather than a servant, because our will can be a terrible master but a great servant. So when we master our will, we make it our servant, and
Our
we
will
must
could
learn
be
how to.
a terrible master, but a good servant, huh?
Yeah, your will can be a terrible master but a good servant, and and that's the same thing with our ego, right? Our ego can be our most trusted fucking advisor, or your worst enemy, right? Because your ego is always going to be saying some positive shit and some negative shit to you.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Like you look at ladies today, females, as I was talking about earlier, social media has overinflated their ego,
hmm
and it has turned them into a slave to their will, because now they sexualize themselves, but they want good men.
And they feed off of it.
Yeah, it feeds their ego, it feeds their vanity, it feeds their hubris. It overinflates their ego and makes them feel like and think that they're more important and valuable than what they actually fucking are. And it's like
And
you're,
they
you're
don't
a
bring
fucking
anything to the table. I hear you on that, for sure.
personality is shit. You know what I'm saying? Your personality is shit. And like that's all that like a dude looks for, is like a nice body and a good personality. You got a nice body and a good personality, we can work on everything else. If
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
stupid, personality, you got a
Yeah,
nice
you can't be
personality.
stupid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you got a good personality, you got a good soul. Even if you're stupid, if a man is in his shit, he's gonna fucking help you.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right. I mean, looks,
Man,
as
like,
long as they're beautiful, yeah?
you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we first look at the face, then the body, oh, the personality. If the personality is good, she's cool. You know,
She can
she's
go
not
on. She can go on, for sure.
she's not a Jezebel or a harlot. You know what I'm saying? You can work with it. Here, sweetie. But
Yeah, fuck. With that being said, fam, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna hop off the live, but I'm gonna show you, fam. I'll be in touch, okay?
absolutely, have a great one,
Yeah, you
bro.
got
Thank
no
you for
fam.
hopping
Have a
on,
good
man.
one. Cheers, bro. Woo!
One.
One love.
Anytime. Good stuff. Ooh. Yo, like I was saying, man, practice selectivity, family. Avoid useless, wasteful conversation with people, especially individuals that seek pity, complain, or to victimize themselves.
These people don't seek solution, right? You don't need this pessimistic victim mentality, compromising positive mental space where productivity can be cultivated. We got to learn how to. We got this. This is paramount in our lives, right? So we need to learn to surround ourselves with problem solvers, individuals of recent optimism and solution directed mindset, people that contribute to our growth and that reciprocate. They seek to reciprocate the value that we provide, right? This is important. Too often we surround ourselves with individuals that just feed us bullshit. There's enough bullshit in the world that we have to deal with to be allowing, useless individuals into our inner circle. Our goal should always be to cultivate the mindset and skill sets that will open the doors of opportunities for us to walk into good company, right? It's a great company, it's a great business, it's a great relationships. So that we can create a lifestyle that we actually enjoy being in. Like we only truly get one life to live. We live every day, but we only get one experience through these physical vessels. You know what I'm saying? Once these physical vessels reach their end, their limit of expiration, whether it be at the end of a long and fruitful life or through, unexpected circumstances, an accident or some crazy shit like that, then whatever we did up to that point is what will continue to resonate into eternity in time. Because that's all that we're experiencing. We're experiencing eternity in time. In 80 years is but a second in the infinity of time itself, in existence. So we're that's all we are, right? Existence in time, eternity in time, having a finite experience, finite human experience that is able to access the infinite cosmos, the etheric energy of the universe to serve our benefit. We are co-creators. We are not God. God is us. But we can become God-like by developing the morals, ethics, and foundational principles that have been, set forth by many masters that have come before us. Jesus was one of them. Buddha, another. You know what I'm saying? These individuals develop Christ-like character, a Christ-like character, the character of a king. That's why in the good book it says, as they saw Jesus, there goes the Christ, there goes the king. But that is only apparent to individuals that can see, the value that you provide. Other individuals that don't see the value, they will call you the devil. That's why, those that, practice the Judaism, they call them, the bastard, the son of the king of flies, the son of Beelzebub, right? The prince of the prince of demons. They called him the prince of demons because he was a bastard. They called him a bastard. They disrespected him because they didn't see his potential, because they were blind to it through their own hubris and ignorance, right? But those individuals that saw his great potential, his what he was doing to humanity, they saw him as a king. They saw him as a God in the flesh. He never said so himself. He never called himself a king or a god or anything, but other people, that's what they called him, because that's what they saw him as. Right? And that's what he said. Yep, absolutely, brother. It took me years to, but that's what he said, man. If you believe in me, then you will believe in what I believe, and you will do greater things than these. You might never be able to do what he did, but you might be able to do greater things than he did. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the opportunity to. You have somebody that has created the blueprint, right? Like the McDonald's franchise, you know what I'm saying? Like the KFC franchise. You know what I'm saying? Like the first creator of the telephone. Somebody created a blueprint, other people copied the blueprint and created something like it or better. And so we also have the potential and opportunity to do the same if we simply humble ourselves and proudly, you know, acknowledge what we're good at, what we excel at, while at the same time humbling ourselves to others and within ourselves and to the Most High within our mind that governs the fabric of all reality so that we can continue to learn and grow. There's nothing faster than consciousness. Consciousness is faster than the speed of light, right? And consciousness travels. It's instant. It doesn't even travel. It's instant. It's there. It's like oxygen, right? It's present, and we can, just as we can breathe air, we can also, receive the illuminism, the enlightenment, the illumination that is necessary, that is required for us to accomplish the required task that is necessary to be accomplished in the moment, in the now. My task now, create this content, upload it onto the platforms, and share it with as many, as will listen to it, while I also work on the other things that are required of me as, as the works that have been given to each and every one of us to do. Yo, I hope may all be well on your end, bro. Down under, down there in Australia, man. Probably get on a live one of these days, man. Like I said, I'll be coming on at 11 every evening, 11:10, 11:11. Be going to Florida in the next, on Tuesday, vibing with one of my military buddies, and then heading out to Orlando to watch one of my boys fight on Saturday. He'll be doing his first title fight. Vete pa' Chile o Bolivia. But other than that, people of the world, stay positive, stay conscious. All power yo, let's do that. Let's do that tomorrow. Definitely. Yeah, tomorrow, Monday. Definitely hop on the live tomorrow, Monday, man. You as well, man. Stay positive, stay powerful, and move with faith and confidence. And to ye all, the same. Ain't nothing but love, family one.